Hello, my name is Ioanna Trafalis and I work for the Athens Institute for Education and Research, which is a world association for academics and researchers. We have started a new initiative of interviewing the participants which attend our mini conference in Athens to present their work. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Dr. Maria Kanjere, professor at the University of Limpopo in South Africa. Hello, Dr. Kanjere. Welcome to Athens and welcome to our series of interviews.
Thank you, Ioanna, for affording me this opportunity to share my work, with the viewers and with you.
Thank you for being here. So I would like to start with your presentation at the conference. You present the paper, Can Transformational Leadership Be Used to Pursue Gender Parity in South African Organizations? An analysis of the status of African women. Tell us a few words about it.
Yeah, let me start by indicating that this paper or the research is actually ongoing, and it is funded by the National Research Fund, which we normally call NRF in South Africa. So actually looking at the status of African women prior the introduction of the Employment Equity Act and even the post-apartheid era, before we can actually have the Act and the Constitution. So now I've started, of course, with a literature review, and I'm looking at various organizations. But what I can say preliminarily is that there is lack of commitment of empowering women in most organizations. And of course, there's been a change in terms of women occupying managerial positions in parastatals, in government, and in the corporate world. But there is no significant change, I would say. So my preliminary recommendations would be women empowerment should actually be part of an agenda that is formed by the government to bring about transformation. So I'm actually looking at transformational leadership in the sense that it is the type of leadership that advocates change. So we definitely need change. Thank you.
So tell us a few words about yourself, your studies, your career, and whatever else you want to add.
Yeah, I actually studied a PhD with the University of Pretoria, which is in South Africa. And thereafter, I decided to do Masters in Business Administration. Why? Because I wanted to beef up the administration part, because I'm more passionate about leadership and management. So, yeah, so that sort of equipped me also to be in leadership positions. That's when I applied for a position at Southern African Wildlife College, which is next to Kruger National Park. And yeah, I stayed there for about 3 years, and I was in academia previously in the School of Education, but now I'm the acting program manager in the MBA program at Trafalis Graduate School of Leadership, which is a school within the University of Limpopo.
Okay. So what is your current major area of research?
My major area of research is in leadership and management, as well as in gender. Hence, yeah, the study that I'm actually conducting with collaborating with other researchers. First, from our university, I have Ms. Mamuluku Rachidi, and then we had Professor Zweli Mbehle, but he has now moved to Tshwane University of Technology. And then the other collaborator was Dr. Votela Gambidini, who is at Wits University, and also Dr. Machaba Phala, who is also at Wits. And lastly, collaborating with Dr. Ishmael Telezani, who is from University of Stellenbosch. So it's a collaborative type of a research. Sure. Thanks.
So in what ways do you think education can promote gender equality in South Africa and also in the rest of the world?
Yeah, education actually plays a very important role. You know, in bringing about change in society.
Yes.
So I would say formal education should be in such a way that our girls are initiated into being assertive, and understanding that they can actually contribute in decision making at organizational level, as CEOs, as board members, chairpersons, and so forth. Because currently, they don't have role models. Very few women are actually occupying decision-making positions, at the apex of many organizations. So, and then even at informal level, education in a home settings, because in many cultures, girls are still expected to lay back, not to speak their minds, and not actually to be ambitious. So you find that it is the boys who are actually encouraged to be ambitious, to aspire for high positions. So I would say education at formal, informal, and even at non-formal context has a role, to play. It's not just one section of society that should advocate the empowerment of girl, child, or women.
Yes. Sure. Okay. How were you introduced to the Athens Institute first, to ATNER, and what made you attend the conference?
Yeah, I would say I actually love the aggressive marketing of Athena.
Yeah.
Because I was constantly, receiving emails updating me about the type of conferences that you have, because it's quite a series of them throughout the year. And at one stage I attempted to come, but I couldn't make it due to lack of funding. But then still Athena didn't lose or give up on me. They kept on, pursuing me to say, you can still make it. And that sort of gave me hope that one day I will, now with NRF funding. So I said, now this is the chance, because I have the research fund that I can use, to share the research that I'm doing with other colleagues from different parts of the world. So what also made me want to come is the word of mouth from my colleagues who have attended the conferences previously. And they also boasted about the social aspect, which I really enjoyed, because this morning I even went for the urban walk.
Yes.
It was quite inspiring, out of this world.
Nice.
Sure.
I'm glad you liked it.
Thank you.
Okay, so what's the status of the educational system in South Africa, and what do you think are the advantages and what are the disadvantages?
I would say our education system is fairly doing well, even though it's still divided in terms of the haves and the have-nots, in the sense that you find independent schools that are well-resourced, or the previous Model C schools that were designated for the whites, still doing well in terms of resources. And then you find schools in the deep rural areas that are under-resourced. And even at university level, the same applies. Hence, we had a spurt of FISMA's fall campaign, where our students, were actually advocating that they should be, highly subsidized because of the expensive, education system. So I would say it is fairly well. It has its own advantages and its own disadvantages.
Yes.
Yeah, but we are sailing and hopeful.
That's good.
Sure.
Thank you very much for your time. It was very nice.
Oh, pleasure.
Thank you.
Sure.